So the dev stream has ended yet again. Let's get right on into all the juicy news. This is going to cover everything you need to know, so let's get on into it. Starting off, they wanted to talk about the results of the Descendant balance patch, as well as Void Purge improvements, which they've already released videos for on their YouTube channel. Now the external component core is going on hold. The reason for this is going to be because they feel like the content in the game really just does not require it right now, and we are already in a position where we are strong enough to deal with everything ourselves, so this has been delayed. As well as this, the devs did issue several sincere apologies about Inace. Now they've said that they feel the weight of all the criticism that has come towards them because of the Inace nerfs, which I think is just completely unfair. Now the nerf wasn't meant to degrade Inace, but it was to overall balance the game. Inace being too strong and too overtuned for what she does was making it really difficult for the devs to balance the entire game as a whole, and genuinely made Inace a obstacle in creating content, so that is exactly why Inace got nerfed. Now they did also say in the future, if anyone is to get nerfed or readjusted, they are going to make it very clear, adjust and communicate to the audience, to the community, exactly why everyone is being readjusted or nerfed. For example, Serena, they're going to be very vocal and say exactly why and what is going to change to reduce as much backlash as possible. Next up, let's talk about the table of contents. Now, Blair's story is something that they said is going to be more of a comedy story and explain and be a little bit more humorous while still trying to keep a serious tone. Other than that, we've got 5 new external component sets, which we'll get into a slight bit later, as well as some new modules, going to be very cool, and then Void Erosion Purge battle improvements and challenge mode. Yes, we are getting a challenge mode in Purge, and I'm going to talk about that too. There's a new system, some quality of life improvements, new player care, some filters inside of photo mode, some April skins that are dropping, and some upcoming events. So let's talk all about them now. Blair's first new red module called Next Level Arson is essentially going to be like Valby's third ability, allowing you to run at fairly fast speed, and if you've got a sprint weapon, even faster, whilst leaving a fire trail. He's literally a fire Valby with this red module. When you do use the killer recipe red module, you can see Blair's crit rate, crit damage and modifier all heavily increase, so this is also going to be a really cool touch. It's going to fix his passive a lot more. When you do use the killer recipe red module, his first, second and fourth ability are the ones that change. Now this is an example of his first ability called Spicy Meatball, which basically just rapid fires fireballs out of his hands. It looks cool as hell. But let me show you his fourth one, because his fourth one is actually insane. So what this fourth ability does is essentially what Sharon's fourth ability does, except with fire and less cooldown. However, if you look at a chef's touch, skill power times 2830.2 is absolutely mental. Next up, if you do use the Next Level Arson red module, his first ability essentially turns into Valby's third ability, running around with fire, which is honestly cool as hell. His third ability also changes, so let's run on over that real quick. Now his third ability is still a flamethrower, except it changes into a cone shape which shoots forward in all angles. Now you can see that the longer you use it, the more it levels up, the more range it gets, the more damage it gets. It's absolutely great, and honestly it's going to be very interesting to see how Blair is going to work with both of these red modules for sure. And last but not least, to finish everything off, we've got the new Blair skin. Looks hella cool. Opie Dragon, if you get it, you know you know. Other than that, let's get on into the new external components now. There is literally 5 new sets. So we've got Shell Crusher set, we've got Moving Fortress set, Enlightened Mage set, Plague set, and Firebrand set. All of these look cool as hell, so let's tell you what they all do. First of all, sorry about the scuffed screenshot quality. I was in a rush and I didn't really have time to go back. But this set will give you on 2-piece plus 35% range, and on 4-piece negative 5% movement. But on a fire attack, it will buff burn effects, and it will also give fire resistance when this duration is 10 seconds, which is very good. Plus 35 range for a 2-piece is absolutely insane. Next up, we have the Plague set. On a 2-piece, you'll get plus 5% tech power and singular power. On a 4-piece, you'll get negative shield, but a lot more toxic power. So this is definitely going to be catered towards Keelan, I feel, or maybe Freyna. This is also going to be very, very cool, and you do get a skill power modifier on there too, or a toxic power modifier, so it's going to be very interesting with this one. Sorry again about the scuffed screenshot quality. However, on a 2-piece you get plus 6% skill power, and on a 4-piece you get firearm attack negative, but you get a ton of non-attribute skill power, which is very much worth it. This set is going to be magical on Valby, on Ajax, on Kyle. This is going to be so good on so many Descendants. It's going to be crazy. Next up, for the Moving Fortress set. For the Moving Fortress set, 2-piece is going to give you plus 25 defense, and then on a 4-piece set, it's going to increase your firearm crit rate, and it's also going to increase your firearm crit damage, and it also reduces incoming damage, which is going to be interesting because it's based off your current defense. With Ajax, you can make that insanely high. Last but not least, we've got the Shell Crusher set. On 2-piece you get plus fire rate, and on 4-piece you get to do more damage through Void Shield, so the orange bubbles, which is basically going to help any weapon turn into an anti-Voltier. So you're not going to need the Voltier so much if you did miss out on it, which is actually a really nice touch. 2 new modules include this one being the first one. This converts your defense to a percentage and then adds that to an incoming damage modifier. This is just going to be basically exploited to give you almost infinite HP or something. Like, it's going to be insane. And this is another one for your weapon, which is essentially the same thing. This is going to be like Malevolent's best friend. It's going to be insane what you are able to do with these 2 new modules. Now, there's going to be a new challenge mod in Purge. To unlock this challenge mod, you are of course going to have to have beaten Purge 30. Now, you will get a one-off reward for every challenge mission that you beat, 1 per every single Descendant, and there will be a reward for top 100 players, which is going to be a medal, which I will display on screen right now. So there'll be badges and medals that you can get to put onto your profile and before your name and stuff like that. Cool little accessory kick, I would say. There is going to be seasonal medals, so the way you would get these is if you end up on the leaderboard or top 100 in one season, in the next season you will have a medal, and there will be some medals coming in and out of the game that are permanent, so you get to keep some of your nice little fancy shiny medals. Next up, we have Reactor enhancement. Now, you will be able to use resources to basically buff up the stats on your reactors. Now, this does not stop where you think it would. You'll be able to increase your substats on your reactors and components, so it will work on both. And you will be able to level your colors up from purple up to gold. So this is also going to be insanely good to basically max stat every single external component or every single reactor that you care about. Next up, we have a lot of quality of life changes. They're going to completely remove the void shards. They are going to add more RK XP inside of hard operations or special operations. Then they are also going to increase the amount of XP you've gained out of Sigma Sector, and when crafting the same weapon, it will be crafted at max level and cores will be unlocked. For example, if you craft a new Smithereens after you've gotten a level 5 Smithereens with a core, your new Smithereens will have access to cores on it and will be 5 fusions, which is honestly such a blessing. Other than that, they are going to allow you to hide Serena's wings, which will only come out when you use an ability, and there's also going to be some filters inside of photo mode. For the newer players in this game, they are going to streamline the quests by 40%, meaning you will actually be able to choose the missions you want to do in story mode to get your objective done in normal mode at least, and you will only have to complete a specific amount of the missions to unlock the next area, which is gonna help players out and help them get into hard mode a lot faster. Other than that, they are also adding Ultimate Bunny inside of normal mode within farming, so now you will literally be able to get Ultimate Bunny in normal mode, which is honestly insane. And they are also buffing her drop rate, so she's going to be dropping a lot easier. Next up, we have a screenshot of the corn skin, which is going to be added in on April the 17th as well. This is going to be a meme skin. I can't wait to see people use it, as well as the Albion Summer Girl skins, Summer School skins, I believe they're called, for all of the female Descendants. They're not universal. You'll be buying each of them individually, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. Other than that, there's going to be a 5-week event for Blair, and this is going to help you get catalysts in there. and a lot of other resources. This is going to go on as soon as the event that is currently on has ended. Next up, they give us a rundown of the May update. Dynamic motion, otherwise known as jiggle physics, is going to be arriving. Arcade tune sockets are also going to be arriving. So what this is something that you will be able to farm, put inside of your arcade tune socket, and it will give a specific effect, they've said. We'll be having the Ice Maiden replace the Tormentor, which is going to be interesting. Hard mode, special operations is going to rotate to Sterile and Necro Swamp again. Party finder system, which is going to work on tags. So for example, if you are trying to crystallize Catalyst Farm or Catalyst Farm, you will be able to use a tag saying that, yeah, I want to Catalyst Farm, and then you'll be put with other players that also want to Catalyst Farm. This is a little bit of a letdown in my opinion. I was thinking it would be more sort of a, you can group up for Purge and then look for a specific person or player playing a specific Descendant. For example, if I wanted to find a Luna, I'd be able to find a Luna, so on and so forth, but this also works, I guess. There will also be an option to view other Descendants, and then there's going to be a core item change. Now the cores are going to have another option in the weapon, which is going to be a multi-hit stat addition, which is honestly nuts. Adding multi-hit onto the Malevolent is going to be a crime against humanity. They did not say which color this is going to be on or whether it will be a completely new cure. So we've got a guessing game. I can't believe I said cure that like that. Oh my god, my accent is insane. Other than that, we will be able to save inversion reinforcements into our presets. We will be able to change our presets order, and like I said, photo mode is going to get some stickers and some frames. And to finish absolutely everything off, the developers said that they are going to release everything about Season 3, or not everything, a lot of things about Season 3 and future stuff inside of the PAX East livestream in May. So this is going to be pretty cool. Yeah, that's basically everything that you have for the dev stream. So that's everything you need to know. I went over that insanely fast. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm really hyped for Blair. He looks so good. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.